Today we're making these gorgeous little booklets using doilies. I hope you can join me. They don't take very long to make. These are little 3-inch doilies. I've got a template that fits these doilies that you can use to make these little notebooks. They're the sweetest little notebooks and they'll fit in to a tiny pocket anywhere you like this one here's a little glassine pocket and that looks good there. Say there's another spot here, this spot here. This is a corner tuck pocket. Everybody's seen these before, but you can just put them straight into these pockets. It doesn't matter which way you turn it. They're good for journaling in or just using for decoration. So it doesn't matter if you put a white one in or if you put a tea dyed one in, it's going to look good. So we'll make this one up, and this one's not finished, but it would look adorable in there as well. So it doesn't matter whether it's white or tea dyed. They both look really good anywhere you put them. These doilies here are a little bit bigger than the 3-inch ones, but you could still use them with this template. As long as your doily is just that tiny bit bigger than your pages, you'll be right. All you need to get started is 2 doilies. 2. I'm not going to make you watch me peel them apart. So we've got 2. I pretty much decorate them after I've finished, so we'll put that one aside. And we've got our 2 coloured ones. That's pretty much all you need to get your cover started. So to make the pages, I'm going to use a tea dyed paper for this one, and I'm just going to use a light lemon and a blue for the white one. You don't need a lot of paper inside of these little notebooks because they're just meant to be quite flat. So I'll start off with this one. This is an A4 piece of paper. Doesn't matter whether you're using letter or A4. I'm going to fold it long ways. And I probably would end up getting 3. So I need to sort of look at it like that. So that's going to give me 2, 4, 6 pages. So I'm going to put my template down towards the bottom and I'm just going to trace around it. The template has a folded edge, which is what this is here. So you need to make sure that that fold line goes on this fold line here. You can cut these 3 pieces out separately or you can cut them all out together. Just for the sake of time, I'm going to cut mine out all together. If you haven't seen or used one of these square rulers, they are fantastic for this sort of stuff. You don't have to measure. I'm just going to put these inside each other. Now I've got them all inside each other. I'm just going to cut them out all together. Don't let your papers move while you're doing this. Just hang on tight. So however many pages you've got, we need to divvy them in half. I'm just going to do them in 2 colours just so that you can see how I've treated these. Any pencil lines, rub them off. So I've got 2 yellow and 2 blue. Gonna open them up and lay them on top of each other. Now on your pattern piece, there's 2, I'll get them out and show you. On your pattern piece, there's two pieces. One has a red line on the top and one has a green line on the bottom. I'm going to call the blue paper the red line on the top and the yellow paper the green line on the bottom. You can either cut both of your pattern pieces out or just use one. So I'm going to make this the first line. We are going to cut from the edge to the center where that red dash line is. So I'm just going to put a mark here, and from here to here I'm going to cut on that one. I'm only going to have one pattern piece cut out, and I'm going to transfer this line this time on the opposite side. So if I put that there, this time I'm going to mark the center again, but this time I'm going to cut it from the bottom. Okay, so you can see on this one, the line is at the top, and this one, the line is at the bottom. So then I'm just going to use my ruler and cut from the center to the bottom, and this one I'm going to cut from the top to the center. Because your little booklet is plain, if you wanted, you could use lined paper from an exercise book, or you could get a stamp and put stamp lines on there. Now it's pretty easy to make. You just pick up your pages, and I'm going to put them together between these slits. Right, so slit to slit, and just put them inside each other. They've both got to be level, even at the bottom, and then just fold them over. That's it. There, your pages done. Now we're getting our doily here. If your doily's got any bits that are hanging over like that, just snip them off just to tidy your doily up. So I'm just using the 𝘃𝗶𝗃𝗲 fabric glue, and I'm going to put the glue directly on to my first page down here, and then into the center, and just sit that on top. It's a snug fit. If you want your pages a little bit smaller, you just cut them a little bit smaller. And do the same on this side. You don't need much glue around this edge because the glue will come through your holes. And you just line that up with the back. These little books couldn't be easier to make. Look at that. Now I've got some embroidery floss here. You could put any colour you want in there. Depends on what you're going to put on the front. This is more for decoration than anything, but it's just also to just make it look like a booklet and act like a booklet when you open it up. So you can just go through this side here. If you've got holes in your doilies, you can use the holes. Just come back through here, back to the front, in a little bit of a tangle there. Right, and I'm just going to tie it in a double knot with a little bit of overhang. You could tie it into a bow if you wanted to. On these ones, I've just used white. Now you can embellish it. I've already got my embellishment picked out and ready to go. So I'm just going to put a sticker on the front and a little leaf and something like that. Now that didn't take very long to make it all. Now I'll very quickly make the tea-dyed one. Yep, make sure I can fit my 3 pieces. I'm just going to use this one here with the lines on it for my 4th page. So I've got 2 that way and I've got 2 this way. Now if I put them together like this, I get to keep my line pages in the middle like that. If I put the line pages at the end, you glue them down to your little napkin and you don't get to see the line pages. So just be aware of that. You need to have your line pages all the way through or place them in the middle. So the tea-dyed paper looks really good. So I'll just embellish that and I'll be back in a minute. I think I might go the stamp and the butterfly this time because I do have one here with the flower. So they're the ones I made today. Now don't forget, if you made any embellishments in your cluster book, go to your cluster book. If you haven't, got any ideas today on what you might like to put on your doily, get your cluster book out and have a look at what is going to work on here. There'd be so many ideas that you could use in here. So let's have a quick look and see if something jumps out. See, that would work. That would look lovely in here. There's tons of things. See, I've got lots of these mason jars in here. I just love using mason jars. So there'd be lots of ways that you could do this. So let's try and get this into a sort of a circle and see what I can do. That looks lovely. And you've still got a little bit of that background of these lovely leaves in here. That would look really good. So white doilies work. You do not have to colour your doilies. You could make these work. You could make as many of these as you feel like it. You don't need a lot of paper. 2 sheets of paper, 1 sheet of paper. It's still going to make a lovely little notebook for you. If you want the template, pop on over to my website. It's a free download for you. I've got lots of other free downloads for you there. I love making these patterns, so feel free to just head on over there, and you do need to register to be able to get the downloads from my site. I do this to stop the scammers and the spammers. It's there to protect you as much as it is to protect me. Thanks for watching my videos. I love reading all your comments and I'll be chatting with you all soon. Bye for now.